Hello dear students, my name is Aman Dhingra and today we are going to start a very interesting topic of class 9 science, that is known as structure of atom. So we are going to talk about what an atom is, how is it discovered, and all the things about atom that is on your level. We are going to discuss all of it, right? So we have next 5 to 7 minutes in which I'm going to tell you what is an atom and what it constitutes of, and so many things about it. Okay, so as before starting the chapter, I should make this show that this chapter, basically structure of atom, belongs to a branch of science which is called as chemistry, right? When you entered in class 9th, see, till 8th, what was it? You people were studying science. There were no classification, there were no distinction as physics, chemistry and biology, and now you are in class 9th, so there is a distinction between chemistry, physics and biology. So before starting what an atom is, you need to understand what chemistry is. Okay, so let's initiate this chapter. Okay, so I am going to start with my topic that is called as unit 4, structure of atom. Structure of atom is my topic. Okay, so before starting the structure of atom and what an atom is, let us talk about what chemistry is. Okay, so before starting what chemistry is, let us talk about something which is called as matter. Okay, so everybody say different definition what chemistry is. It is the branch of science that deal with the acids and base, deal with metals, non-metals, deals with the chemical compounds. No, that is not the correct definition. The correct definition of chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the study of matter is called as chemistry, right? Now what is this matter? Now we have to identify what matter is. So before starting, let me write down this definition for you. So chemistry, as I am writing chemistry, the chemistry is the branch of science. It is the branch of science. It is the branch of science that deals with the study of matter. Right? Now we need to understand what this matter is. Okay? You might have heard of this term before, matter. Now we need to understand what is matter. So the basic definition of matter that comes to my mind as soon as I listen to this word is anything which has some mass and occupies some space is called as matter. Everything you can see around you, this camera in which I am recording the video, I myself, this pen with which I am writing, this board, everything you can see is matter. It's nothing but matter. So everything around us which has some mass and is occupying some space is called as matter. Even the air, which I cannot see, is also matter, because we know air has some mass, right? Because air can apply the pressure, so definitely it has some mass, right? And air is also occupying some area, some volume, for which the best example we can give is of balloon. As soon as you blow the balloon, you inflate the balloon, the size of the balloon going to increase, right? That means that the air is occupying some volume, air is occupying some space, right? So before starting, I should write the definition of matter. What is matter? Anything, I am writing this definition in short, anything which occupy some space, anything which occupies some space and have some mass, that anything is called as matter. See, so now this entire branch of chemistry we are going to talk about the classification of matter and what matter is, what are the physical classification of matter, what are the chemical classification of matter. We are going to talk about all of that, right? But before starting about the physical or chemical classification of matter, do we really know what matter is? How is it made? So before starting any classification, we need to understand what matter is. What are the components that makes the matter, right? So the smallest component, the most fundamental component. See, this is the definition which I should give you before starting the atom. So the smallest and the fundamental component with the help of which the matter is made is known as atom. So if I want to define an atom, so atom, how do I define atom? The smallest, the fundamental, the indivisible particle which combines in various manners, that makes the matter, right? So atom is nothing but, atom is the smallest fundamental. Why am I calling it fundamental? Because it is the smallest, it is the indivisible. indestructible, indivisible. So these are the various classification of the atom that you might have listened before, you might have studied before. So we are going to, in this class, we are going to talk about what atom is. As soon as I listen to the term atom, as soon as I heard the word atom, the first thing comes to my mind that it is some spherical sort of a thing, right? So if I want to give the shape, of an atom, so shape of an atom is nothing but it is considered to be spherical. So many scientists in the history of chemistry have proposed the various theories to explain the atom, that how the atom looks, what are the things inside the atom, is there anything inside the atom? All these questions are answered in this chapter, and we are going to talk about each of them individually. Okay, so basically when I listen to the word atom, the first thing that comes to my mind that how does it look like? How does it feels like? Nobody has seen the atom from the naked eye, nobody. But various scientists has proposed various theories that how should the atom look like. So the first scientist that proposed the theory, I am going to talk about the various theories proposed by the scientists. Various models of atoms are given. See, in this short span video, I am not able to discuss all the models at once, but let me write down the name of the few models which are given for the atom. The first model given for the atom is Dalton model. Dalton's model. Dalton was the first scientist to tell about the atom. Dalton was the first scientist to tell us about the atom, that matter is basically composed of atom. Atom is the smallest quantity, atom is the smallest substance with which entire matter is made. I am made of atoms. Basically, according to biology, if I say, I am basically made up of cells, right? We say in biology, in biology or in zoology, botany, the fundamental unit of the life is cell. But do you know what is cell composed of? Further, cell is also made up of the matter. Cell is basically the combination of atoms. So if I see in detail, the entire thing, the entire universe is just made up of atoms, right? So the various scientists have tried to explain this, what is atom. So the first scientist is our Dalton model. After Dalton there was J.J. Thomson. I am going to talk about each of these models. I am just telling you the names today. J.J. Thomson model. After J.J. Thomson we are going to discuss Rutherford, and after Rutherford we are going to discuss Bohr model and Bohr's model, and the last model, which is not especially mentioned in the NCERT, that you are going to do in class 11, and that is the most important and the most advanced theory about the atom, that is called as quantum model. So I'm not going to give you a lot of details about the quantum model, because this is the topic of class 11th. When you go in class 11th, you are going to talk, in 11th also you are going to talk about all these models, but apart from them, you are going to understand this new model, which is called as quantum model, which gives me the exact picture of an atom, what is atom composed of, right? See, so let us begin this, let us start. A little idea about these theories, or basically let us start what an atom is, because I do not have a lot of time to inculcate all these things, right? So starting with the Dalton model, what according to Dalton is, I am going to rub this side of the board, right? So talking about what an atom is, let us understand what was the saying of the Dalton. According to Dalton, my dear students, there are various postulates of Dalton atomic theory. Dalton has said so many things, which some of them are correct, but most of them are incorrect. And now the biggest question that should come to your mind, if Dalton's theory is absolutely incorrect, what is the need of studying it, right? That is the biggest question that comes to every student that I teach. Sir, if the theory is incorrect, what is the need of teaching it? Why are you teaching us that? Just tell us the correct thing, right? That is also one of the problem with chemistry. But dear students, that is not a problem. Basically, why do we need to study the incorrect theory? So that we need to understand, basically, how do we know that theory is incorrect, right? That was the idea first proposed. If we do not know the theory, how will we identify that whether it is incorrect or not? So basically we need to understand, we need to identify what is the theory, what is the Dalton's theory, and how was it failed. And it was never that one day Dalton proposed this theory and the next day it was failed. No, it was a matter of years and years. When people started doing more and more research, they realized that few points of Dalton's theory might be incorrect, right? So we need to discuss all those correct as well as incorrect points. That is the main reason we are studying science, okay? So let us identify what is Dalton's theory. So before starting any model, let me tell you a little something, okay? So basically what Dalton said is, Dalton basically mainly proposed the idea that the smallest particle in this universe is atom. Right? That the atom cannot be further divided into further smaller particles. The smallest particle ever possible can be just an atom. That was the main idea of the Daltons theory. Few words which were included in the Daltons postulate were indestructible, indivisible, smallest particles. But later on we realized that this is something not correct, because there are few particles which are present inside the atom. Right? And those particular particles, according to Dalton, so basically this thing that I have written was according to Dalton. The first thing that I have explained, that the atom is smallest, fundamental, indivisible, indestructible, was the main idea of Dalton, who was the first scientist to propose the idea of the atom. Okay, but later on we have discovered, various scientists have given the various models, and when these models were discovered, they give the various ideas about the other particles also, and the other particles are basically called as subatomic particles. Right? Now what is the subatomic particles? What is subatomic particle? The particles which are present inside the atom are called as subatomic particles. Now you can ask me, sir, 2 minutes ago you were telling that the atom is indestructible and it is non-divisible, and now you are saying that there are particles inside the atom. I was not saying that the atom is smallest or indivisible. This was according to the Dalton, right? I was just telling you what Dalton has said. Now I am telling you the exact picture, right? So I won't call Dalton theory to be completely incorrect. Basically, I would call it incomplete. Dalton didn't know few things, but that doesn't mean that we are not supposed to study Dalton. If Dalton has not given the idea of atom, that would not let other scientists to discover the atom more, right? So Dalton's theory is also important for us, okay? Right. So subatomic particles, to be honest, there are plenty of subatomic particles possible. To name a few, electron, proton, neutron, and there are other also, negatron, positron, neutrino, antineutrino. There are various subatomic particles that you will learn in further classes also. But for now, being a student of class 9th, we need to understand only 3 subatomic particles that is in my syllabus. They are following, right? So subatomic particles are electrons. They can be electrons. Main 3 subatomic particles are there: electron, protons, and neutrons. Okay, so these are the 3 subatomic particles, most important subatomic particles that I need to study, and that is the part of my syllabus. And if I'm talking about electron is a negatively charged entity, proton is a positively charged entity, and neutron, it is neutral. That means no charge. It does not have any charge. Now the question comes to my mind, if they are present in atom, where they are present in atom? So various scientists have given the various theories of where these things are present, but just to give a basic idea, because I'm being short of time, I cannot explain all the theories. Just to give you the basic idea, if I'm considering this spherical thing to be an atom, there is a further small spherical thing inside the atom, which is called as nucleus. This part is called as nucleus. This nucleus contains 2 of the main subatomic particles. Nucleus contains protons as well as they contain neutrons. Whereas there are various these orbits, you call it orbits. Further you will realize that they are further divided into shells, subshells, and orbitals. That is again a part of quantum theory. So but for now let us understand that the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the atom only. So basically in these paths my electrons are revolving. So electrons are basically outside the nucleus but in the atom only. Right? So this is the basic idea of the structure of atom. This is basic idea of what chemistry is. To conclude everything, all I can say is, see, structure of atom, before starting atom, right, before dealing with this structure, one must know why do I need to study it, right? Where is atom? I cannot see it. Why do I need to study it? That is the first question comes to my mind. But at the same time, I can see that the structure of atom is basically the fundamental most, what do you call it, most smallest unit of the matter. And matter is something that is the branch we are studying, that branch of science we are studying, in which we deal about the study of matter. And what is matter? Anything which has some mass and occupies some space is called as matter, right? So if I want to study the matter completely, I need to know what is atom. Okay. Okay, so everything is composed of atom, and if I talk about atom, various scientists in the history has proposed the various theories about the atom. Some has said that it is spherical, some said that it is like a pudding model, some said that it has the orbitals around it in which the electrons are involving. Various scientists have given the various models that we are going to discuss in the future. And in totality, that I can, to sum up, to put the nut into shell, I can say that basically atom is not the smallest indivisible particle. It is the wrong statement, wrong postulate given by the Dalton. Atom can be further divided into subatomic particles: electron, protons and neutrons. Electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, neutrons have no charge. And where they are placed? In a spherical body of an atom, there is another smaller spherical body called as nucleus. Okay, in the nucleus we have protons and neutrons, and outside the nucleus we have electrons revolving. Okay, so when we are going to discuss further theories, I am going to tell you why am I giving this picture. I am going to get into the details of this picture. I hope you have understood this much. Thank you so much.